I am always very struck by the enthusiasm and pride of people when they show me photos of themselves with some very important person, a VIP, with the Pope, Prime Minister, a famous singer, pop star, a famous footballer. They are treasured photos. I must confess that I also feel the same about my photos with Mother Teresa. Makes you feel proud. But what lies behind this joy, which is mixed with pride, satisfaction? The answer is simple. We all desire to have some of the glory, the importance, the glamour of this or that important person with whom we are on the picture. You see, being close to these famous persons make us somehow share at least a split second of their famousness. This is how I understand the request of James and John in today's gospel. They wanted to be on the right and on the left of Jesus to share his glory. They wanted a photo opportunity, a photo op, they call it. Jesus' reaction is interesting. He does not refuse the request. He simply makes them aware that it takes much more than a photo opportunity to share his glory. Were they ready to pay the price, drink the cup of bitterness and pain of the passion? What is easier, having a photo with Mother Teresa or live her harsh, painful sacrifices, her continuous self denial and poverty, the sleepless nights she had, at the mercy of those she served, agonizing on her hardest decisions, passing long years of darkness in a deep crisis of faith, being unable to feel or see the presence of her beloved Jesus. Jesus does not mince his words. You don't know what you are asking. Are you ready to drink the cup that I must drink? And in their naivety and simplicity, they answered, Yes, Lord. But this was a superficial, theoretical, wishful thinking yes. Reality is much more challenging than taking pictures. Married life is much more challenging than the wedding album of the beautiful pictures and the reception. Just ask what that yes of the marriage vows really means to an enthusiastic couple. They are so much in love, they promise the world to each other, but it is only the day to day experience over long years that makes them realize the price that their love and faithfulness will demand, and that they are ready to give. The reaction of the other disciples was so typical: jealousy, anger. Oh, he's in the picture. I want to be in the picture. They all wanted to bask in his power and his glory. Jesus tries to make them understand that for love, power means strength, strength to die to self. Glory means humble and hidden inner beauty which doesn't impose itself on anyone. For us humans, the top means somewhere above the others. Privileges, advantages, honors, distinctions. We crave to be special, to be admired, better than the others. So we want to be at the top of the heap so that we can wield power over others. Is not this what happens whenever we humans transform authority into a source of power and exploitation instead of support and service of those who need it? We all know about the horror of sexual abuse, not just of children, but also of all vulnerable people, men and women. This cancer can be found wherever we humans have enough power to manipulate the others, be it parents, teachers, priests, nuns, professors, doctors, carers, politicians, employers. The list is never ending. It's humanity. Yes, power corrupts. Just open the papers or watch the news. I don't need to go into details. You know the situation of our country and of the world as much as I do. Allow me to add that we need to be very careful. It is not enough to condemn corruption around us. We need to ask ourselves to what extent we, little people as we are, don't fall into the same trap in our little ways. We too are capable of exploiting the weakness of our colleagues at work, our family members, our own parents, or our own children for our own selfish reasons. We too are capable of cheating, evading tax, bullying, lies, deceits, and a million other ways. No one is innocent. No one can point fingers. We need to challenge ourselves to admit that we, little people, too often can become corrupt in our little ways. Jesus does not miss his words. He summoned his apostles, warned them, those with any kind of authority end up abusing of it to serve their own selfish interests and comforts. This is the way of the world. But Jesus tells the 12 that his way is opposite. It shall not be so among you if you want to be my disciples. Rather, whoever wishes to be great among you will be your servant. Whoever wishes to be first among you will be the slave of all. Jesus' way is the way of love, and love is always service, because serving the needs of the beloved is the source and the greatest source of joy of the lover. This was Jesus' parting desire during his Last Supper, after washing the feet of his disciples, just before he entered into his passion. He told them, "You call me Master and Lord, and rightly so, for that is what I am. Now that I, your Lord, your teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. Very truly, I tell you, no servant is greater than his master, nor is a messenger greater than the one who sent him." You know these things. You will be blessed if you do them. No, Jesus never invited press photographers or TV camera crews to splash the news of his great love for us. He simply entrusted us with this good news and asked us, his disciples, to be his witnesses and do for others what he did for us. For the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and give his life as a ransom for many. The world lives by photo ops, power wars, to climb the top of the ladder so that they can crush the little ones beneath. Jesus climbed up the cross to lift up those crushed by power and corruption. On his right and on his left, there were two thieves. One wanted to bribe his way to heavenly glory. The other just begged Jesus for his loving mercy. One wanted Christ's power to rub off onto him. The other begged to become his follower and disciples, to be with him in heaven. So, in my photo with Mother Teresa, please pray with me that some of her holiness will rub off onto me, so that I too, like you, may become more holy. Thank you, and God bless you.